Today I'm going to show you how to make beef and broccoli. You know, beef and broccoli is not an authentic Chinese dish. It originated here in the US because China doesn't even have this kind of broccoli. So this is pretty much a Chinese American dish. So the recipe that I'm going to show you today is the restaurant style stir-fried beef and broccoli recipe. All right, let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is we're gonna marinate our beef. So the best kind of beef to use is flank steak, but today I'm gonna be using brisket. I kind of like using brisket because it has a little bit of fat underneath. You can also use London broil or beef chuck or sirloin. So you can use pretty much any cut of beef. So we're gonna slice this and marinate, okay? Now we're gonna cut our beef into strips, so we don't want to make it too thin or else it's gonna shrink. So I'm gonna try and cut it, so make sure it's not too thin. This steak is pretty good. Yeah, so this is about a good size right here. Okay. So after we cut all this, we're gonna rinse it and make sure it's dry before we put it in our marinade, okay? I finished slicing our beef. Now what we're gonna need to do is rinse it in water. Just leave it in here for a couple of minutes, and we're just trying to remove any excess, any blood from the meat. See that? So, and then we're just gonna drain and let this dry a little bit before we add our marinade, okay? We can now marinate our beef, and first thing we need to do is add 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. So this is a Chinese technique for tenderizing meat, and it really works. Now we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of sugar, half a teaspoon of ground white pepper, 2 tablespoons of light soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of cooking wine, 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce, 2 tablespoons of water, and then we're gonna mix. So if you can marinate this for about 30 minutes or even better, 1 hour, that'd be great. So the next thing we're gonna make the sauce. Now in a separate bowl, we're gonna make our sauce. This is for after we cooked our vegetables and our meat. We're gonna start with 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Then we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of light soy sauce. 3 tablespoons of dark soy sauce. 3 tablespoons of cooking wine. 4 tablespoons of oyster sauce. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3 tablespoons of water. Half a teaspoon of ground white pepper. and 2 teaspoons of sugar. Gonna give that a mix. All right, and then we're gonna set this aside for later. Okay, now we're ready to blanch our broccoli. First thing we need to do is boil water, and then we're gonna add about a teaspoon of baking soda. This will help keep the green color of our broccoli. All right. Put our broccoli in there. And we're only gonna blanch it for probably less than a minute, maybe 30 seconds, 45 seconds. Then after we blanch this one, we're gonna put this in ice cold water. We are now ready to start on our beef and broccoli. The first thing we need to do is we're gonna brown our beef. Now we don't need to season this wok because this wok is a non-stick. I'm just adding oil. All right, this is now ready for our meat. Let's check on our meat. So don't worry if it's still a little bit red, because we're gonna cook this again later. So this is good. We transfer it to our bowl. All right. Now we're gonna cook our veggies. We're gonna add more oil. We're gonna start with our garlic. Okay. When it's fragrant, we're gonna add our ginger. And we're gonna add our carrots. And our spring onions. Then we're gonna add our broccoli. Look how gorgeous the broccoli is. It maintained that nice and green because of the baking soda. So we're gonna add our broccoli. We're gonna put our meat back. Then we're gonna put our sauce, the sauce that we made earlier. Alright. That sauce is gonna thicken from the cornstarch. So beef and broccoli, there is really no sauce for beef and broccoli. Some who make beef and broccoli even has a lot of soupy looking sauce, but this is the restaurant style beef broccoli, so it's really not, there's really not a lot of sauce on this one. And this is almost ready. Look how gorgeous that is. It's beautiful, right? All right, I'm back. Time to try our beef and broccoli. Let's see how it turned out. Grab some of this. All right. Let's see. Still hot. The meat is super tender because of the baking soda that we used. The broccoli still crunchy. You know, Chinese food is my second favorite after Filipino food, and then Mexican, and then Japanese. So I make a lot of Chinese food too. Not an expert yet, but getting there. Hope you try this recipe, and I'll see you again next time. Bye now.